Hello, welcome to the Biokinetic K9. Today we're going to talk about basically my week really, but I learned a lot today. That's what I saw, but it's almost roles reversed. And it's just, it really affected me today. So let's get into what this is about. And basically it is another thing that affects your ability to and your dog's ability to do conditioning exercises. There you go. Bob, hello. Awesome that you're there. Thank you for joining. If there's anybody there, let me know. Say hello. If you're watching afterwards, say hello. So it was about, I learned a lot today. This was from somebody that I'm helping with their dog. They're working with the physio with their dog, and I'm helping them through the exercises to get them right to target the correct muscles, etc. And as I was showing and explaining certain areas, I was talking as if, oh, well, look at this, and if you see these muscles and all that, and it dawned on me that watching the dog move and seeing what's happening, how this dog is learning things, and how he's trying to work out what he needs to do and how hard he's working. It was like, oh, wow. For me, I was just like, oh, this dog, I love this dog. So, but I get this really often with the dogs that I see. And that's like what I really enjoy about what I do, because I really feel for the dogs. So in any case, I was explaining these things, and I realized that the things that I'm explaining, oh, yes, like I know it, and there you go, watch this. But as I'm doing this, I also realize, like, this dog owner is seeing these things on their dog for the first time. And so I got this message. I learned a lot today. And they were having such a good time with their exercises afterwards because she had learned a lot today. Not that the exercises are anything new, but she saw her dog differently now. She knew what to look for and why something was happening. And that understanding of why a dog is behaving in a certain way is just wow. It is that awesome, oh, right, I get it now. So that when you're doing your exercises, video your dog so you can watch your dog. It is the best thing in the world. And then I thought, oh my word, I am in a similar situation. Let me video my dog so that I can share this with everybody. And on form, my dogs behaved in the exact way I knew they would. But the behaviors that they displayed was perfect. And the perfection of the behavior was that the one dog was not good at all, and the other dog was much better for different reasons on the exact same exercise. And I could demonstrate and show people what they are seeing and why they are seeing it. And it's a basic movement. It's nothing, the movement to do it is not rocket science. But how the dogs were performing the exercise was huge. And so this all comes down to one of those elements that affect how your dog performs an exercise when we are trying to do fitness and conditioning with our dogs. And that is behavior. How is your dog behaving? It's a really important piece of information. If you can see how your dog is behaving, it gives you so much information, but only if you know what to look at, what to look for, and go in with the mind of you trying to understand. That is so important. So we spoke about environment, fatigue, owner, body mechanics, health, etc. Behavior was one of those things that affects your experience when you are conditioning your dog. And behavior comes in two forms when we're conditioning the dog. It comes in the form of both the human and the dog. So what is the human behavior? Annette, hello. What is the human behavior? Awesome that you're here. And then what is the dog's behavior? Sometimes people may be impatient with their dog, or they feel like they're failing at something that seems really simple. And I'm hoping that I can speak to a lot of people here. When you are first starting your conditioning journey, something super simple, and we see it, I see it all the time. Dogs that can do this easily, we see it on social media. Oh my word, the dog can do it. It looks so simple, just like your professional ballet dancer or your professional gymnast. They make things look so easy that you think you can just do a cartwheel in the lounge, or you can just do a handstand in the lounge, or you can kick your leg to here in the lounge. It looks so simple, so easy. The dogs that are doing these items, and I've seen some really awesome dogs, it looks so easy. And the movement, it's such a simple movement. But if you are just starting out, your dog doesn't know what you're asking of it, especially if it's not something in their normal sport routine that they have to do. Your dog doesn't know what they're doing. And you are now having to teach your dog something that looks really easy, and your dog is struggling. And so you think now conditioning this is not for me. I can't handle this. No, and it's really stupid. What's it going to do in any case? Sometimes it's just to get your dog to stand with both feet equally steady on a board. And we can't get that right. And then people go, it's a load of rubbish. But when you understand what that exercise is trying to achieve, or your dog has an injury like my dog has, and now there's a little bit of weakness, for them to do something like that, it's so difficult, but they are trying. So when it comes to the human behavior, and we watch how our dog is doing something and it's not as smooth as what we see out there, for dogs that have been doing it, and this is what they do. That dog that is so awesome in that video doing a conditioning exercise may not be as good as what your dog is in your sport. It's two different areas of expertise. But now you're taking your dog that does a really good sport, and we need to balance or strengthen a muscle. So now we're trying to do a simple exercise, and it's not simple for the dog, because the dog's now got to really understand it. So we're looking at human behavior versus dog behavior. The dog doesn't understand how to do the exercise yet because it's new. The human doesn't understand about why the hell must we do this exercise? Really? Yes, really. And when people see an exercise and it's really simple, they tend to skip it. And they're like, yeah, okay, my dog can do it. Next one. I think many people think that conditioning exercises for powerful dogs, etc., needs to be some powerful, big element of an exercise. And that's not true. We start right over here with the little things, and we grow our dogs so that the dog's strength and body can grow really well. And it's an exponential growth. So we start here, and exponentially, we just see the dog blossom, but only if we work on the bottom parts. The things that we think are easy or simple. If we get those things right, the exponential growth is like, boom, stand back, everybody. Just watch this dog go. That's what happens. But we have to start and master those areas over there. Then you'll get the most awesomest stuff out of your dog. So there's that, the dog learning and understanding something, and the human thinking, yes, even the small thing, it's worth getting right. If you can have that idea of just getting those small things, it's worth getting right, you've got it. So how we see behavior in our dogs, if our dogs is learning something new, then, and they're struggling, have patience. If your dog is coming out of an injury and now you're re-entering conditioning, have patience. Those muscles are not strong yet. The dog is not going to be able to do the simple things. My dog knows certain conditioning exercises. He knows it. The muscles are not strong yet, and so it looks like he struggles. But I know where the struggle is coming from, and I can see it. So it's how you see your dog. That unlocking of what you're seeing and how you're seeing is so much information for you. That is super important. So then we can distinguish whether your dog is high energy, high drive, or unsure, and he's projecting some fake power because he's super excited and he's always a strong dog. It's sometimes it's not high drive. Sometimes it is your dog is trying. And Nat, you're saying, is this public? Yes, it is. This is a public one. It will be, it's available for everybody to watch. I will put this video onto my website. It's there, so people can watch it afterwards again. I hope that helps. So when you're looking at your dog, that human behavior, don't think nothing of an easy looking exercise. It's not easy always. The concentration is a lot. And sometimes it's not easy for a dog. And sometimes, oh my word, if you're getting upset with the dog feels it. And they're going, okay, and then their feet start to move and the muscles don't engage like they should. Whenever we're doing an exercise, we're doing the exercise in order to engage a certain set of muscles to strengthen an area. And so form, etc., is important. So that's where we come with that lack of understanding for both human and dog. Your lack of understanding will affect a human's behavior. Like, for example, a lack of understanding of a simple sit exercise. The understanding behind it will affect your behavior on getting your dog to do it correctly. Getting to understand why your dog has to do a sit in this particular manner, because it affects your sport differently. Oh, but perfect example, if I do a rock back sit for my dog, we never do it in IGP. Isn't that bad for my dog? Won't my dog suddenly learn to do rock back sits? IGP is all forward momentum. It's exceedingly rare that your dog will do a rock back sit, especially if he's got a strong core, etc., etc. So no, but that rock back sit is so important for an IGP dog. It's one of the elements that you have to do. We have to look at, you saying, can I send you the link? Absolutely, no problem. I will tag you in it. Absolutely. So if we're looking at behaviors, we need to understand why we're doing an exercise, even the simple exercise. If we've got that understanding, we go into that exercise with much more gusto. And yes, watch my dog do this because it's going to help your dog. It's going to help your sport. So that lack of understanding stops us from doing an exercise that appears simple and easy. Yeah, my dog can sit, so what? But do you know how to make the dog sit so that it engages the right muscles? This is very important. And then your dog doesn't understand what you are asking of him. And so your dog, yes, it knows how to sit, but it doesn't know how to sit in order to engage those muscles. And we have to show them how to do these things. Put in little extra commands, put in between steps to get the dog there, especially if muscles are tight and muscles can't reach a particular stretch yet. So then the posture will be out because muscles are unbalanced. We need to show the dog and work through those things to get the dog's body to fit the posture in order to get the correct movement to target the muscle we want to target. It's not just sit stand. If I sit stand off my own chair here and I sit stand by pushing up on the handles, I'm sitting and standing all the time, but I'm not targeting the muscles. But if I get told to put my feet parallel under my shoulders, point my toes in a certain direction depending on what I need to do, and sit and stand, but keeping my back angle at a certain incline or decline or whatever the case may be, I will be targeting different muscles. I'll either be targeting hamstrings or quads more, or glutes more, and back and core more. Depends how I do the exercise. It's not just a stand to a sit for a human, nor for a dog. It's how we execute the exercise. But the understanding of why you're doing the exercise, this is most important. And then with that understanding, you understand then what you are seeing. If your dog is executing the exercise correctly, you understand what you're seeing. If your dog is executing the exercise incorrectly, you also understand what you're seeing, or this is not right. So there's an understanding, something here is not right. I can investigate. And if you investigate, more often than not, there's an imbalance. If everything of the dog is happening fine, there's just an imbalance. Work on getting the muscle balance correct, or there's a start of a small injury. And that's where you understand what you're seeing comes into all of our body checks for wellness and injury prevention in a dog. Knowing what your baseline is for your dog. Your baseline is, where is your dog right now? Do you know how to assess the baseline? What to look for? How to record the baseline of your dog? This is really important. If you know what your dog's baseline is, what he looks like now, whether he be injured or not, what is the baseline? This is what my dog looks like now. This is what I need to get. These are his weak areas or strong areas. These are the areas I need to balance, especially for his build and the sport that I'm doing. Do you know how to get that? What photographs must you take? What must you look at so that you know where you need to improve? Always do some baselines. You can do these 2 to 3 to 4 times a year so that you know where you are with your dog all the time. What are you seeing? You need to understand what you're seeing and why you are seeing it so that you know what to correct and how to implement the various exercises for your dog. And all of this information, that behavior, is your foundation of all the things that you build off. Those easy, simple foundation exercises that you need to do. If you're just starting your exercise conditioning journey, wherever you are, make sure you have your foundation exercises absolutely down pat. These are things you will return to forever with your dog's career. You will always return to your foundation, because the foundation exercises, they give you loads of information. They will always tell you where your dog is in their body. You can excel and you can do the more exotic exercises. Sure, you can do that. But if your foundation is not solid, there will be holes in those exercises and they can lead to injury. This is really important. If there's holes in those fancy exercises, return to your foundation. Get your dog strong. Get your dog strong even in an extended position, a stretched position. Get those muscles strong. Everything else comes from there. So when we are looking at this, and when I see somebody that says, I learned a lot today, for me, I became the student, and my student, my client, my person that I'm working with, they become my teacher. And then I'm just blown away. It was such a nice experience to see these things with the dogs. I absolutely loved it. And it's something that, oh, well, I do it. So I do it all the time. So you see it. And then you realize, oh, but to share what you're seeing with somebody else. And then they say yes. And then they are then able to pick out things with their dogs now. My work here is done. It is an awesome feeling. I absolutely love this week. So I would like to say thank you very much to all the guys that are in my program that send me their videos. You guys, you make my day. And if you can just keep on sending those videos, I love looking at your dogs, and we'll grow your dogs together, because the more you see on the video about your dog's behavior and we work it out, I learn about your dogs, I learn about more dogs, and you learn about more about your own dog too. So there's this huge, big, interesting learning curve. So I would like to say thank you so much to the people that are working with me, and I'd like to say thank you to all of you guys out there that consider conditioning and fitness training for your sport dog, and you see the benefit and you see the power that it has for your dog. That is the best thing, because now your dogs are able to go out into the world and do what they do so much better. So much better. You have their back more than you ever have. So, wow, cheers to you. Cheers to you. Okay, guys, Anat, it is my pleasure forever. Amen. So, thank you for everything. Thank you to all the people that are working with me. I really admire you guys. I love your dogs. You guys make my day. So, I'm going to sign off now and say thank you. If you want to learn anything further, please go and look at my webpage at the Biokinetic Canine. My email is fit at the Biokinetic Canine. We've got various programs. Our strength program is going to be opening up again soon. We're putting stuff together, finishing the edges. I think it's really, really good, but there's always more to learn, always. So thank you. Enjoy your training. If you want any more information or you've got any questions, pop me an email. I'm happy to help. And I'm going to say, have an awesome training weekend. Guys, let me put up my information. Please, if you enjoy the show and you feel it is something that somebody you know will learn from, please like and share it far and wide. I always appreciate the assist. Okay, guys, cheers now.